Yeah, now there are some of us who have not introduced ourselves and who didn't have anyone to pair up with. So quickly, in half a minute, you stand up, tell us about yourself and why you're here, what you're doing about the meeting, and anything about your interest or your passion.
Thank you so much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be with you this morning. My name is Sophie Chagunani. I work with Francis and Jimmy and Inez at Oxfam. You're all my friends, and this is your picture. I'm happy to be here. Thank you. And Christine.
Thank you, Sophie. You're welcome. Over.
I'm the project coordinator for Voice in Uganda. My passion.
I like financial management. Besides, need to always comply. So that's my passion. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Yeah, over to you.
I'm strategically, and I'm here to share experiences with all of you. My passion, I'm passionate about dogs.
Human rights education taught in formal curriculum of Uganda.
Thank you, Padre.
Over to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bavidia Dorothy. I'm an IT consultant, SL Consult. My passion is technology. I love computers. I love anything to do with IT. Good morning, everyone. My name is Naseje Lawyer, stroke lawyer, depending on where you're coming from. And I'm passionate about human rights education, but I'm expecting to learn more about everyone here and share experience in regards to making and learning, and also learn more about it. Thank you.
Myself, Edith Nantongo is my name. I am a facilitator under the linking and learning component of the Voice program under Strategic Link, and I'm very happy to be here, as I communicated earlier. And my expectation of this meeting is to be able to learn from each of you, to get to know you better, and to actually get to know what your needs are and how I can be able to support you better.
The partnership with HURINET. Looking forward to interacting with each one of you, and today, tomorrow, and moving forward. As Mohammed mentioned at the beginning, this is a journey we are starting today, but we're going to, interact for a couple of, I think for the next 2 years. So I look forward to, visiting you, to working with you. I'm so glad you're all here. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. I think we are done with the introductions, and I'm happy that we fairly know each other. Not completely know each other, but we fairly know each other, at least up to this point.
So it is not, we are getting wet.
Time management is very important. You have some.
Being active listeners and respect to each other's views.
Active listeners and respecting each other's views. None of the answers. We are not here to mark or to say this. This is not an exam. We are here to learn from each other. Okay? So every view is valued. Every view is important. Okay? So let's try to respect each other's views and opinions. Any other?
I think all phones should be on silent or vibration.
Do we agree to this? That all phones should be on silent mode? No?
No chorus answers.
No chorus answers? What do you mean by chorus answers? Maybe you need to explain more. We may not understand what it is.
Okay, I believe let's all put up our hands, then the person who's chosen speaks. You don't speak.
me start one question because that movement really is becoming hard.
Because you're in a circle.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry? I think that's another thing we need to now look at. Okay. That's in the angles that we are sitting. He's raising something very, I think, important. That the fact that he's seated on a round table, it's hard for him to keep twisting his head to follow the facilitator. So we may have to adjust a bit within the table.
Can we do it?
Yes. Yeah, that again.
That sounds more better. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy. I think we are quick learners. We have already learned that.
I want to add something little. If we are clapping like to the facilitator, we shall expect you to receive our clap. Yes, let's do that.
So how do you receive? Okay, you demonstrate how to receive. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm going to invite Pade to take us through the teaching objectives and to take us through the program for the day.
Thank you very much, Edith. Is there anyone without a program? You all have? Yes? Is that okay? Is identify points of convergence around grantees to allow collaboration, commonality. What brings us together as grantees? And then that brings us together will facilitate collaboration. Then number 3 is identify grantee linking and learning needs. In our communication, we alluded to this, and at one point we will expect different organizations to present that. So we'll get to know that as it comes to that time. So let's quickly run through the meeting schedule. And if there are comments, please feel free to comment, and we have something adjusted. Session 1, we had welcome remarks from Mohammed. We have had self-introductions, and now we are reviewing the agenda. So feel free to comment on the items on this agenda. We have gone through the objectives. Now, any comments on session 1? Is there anything that we feel is important and has come under this session? Yeah, is it okay? Session 2. Okay, session 2, we will have introductory or welcome remarks from the Voice team. Then we'll have a presentation of the Voice Uganda program. We'll have presentation of the linking and learning component. And that is session 2. Any comments on session 2? Do you have anything we need to be included under here? Are we fine with it? Fine? Okay. Session 3. Here we have grantees experience sharing and learning from each other, who we are, what we do, the scope of our work, the commonalities that exist amongst us, and then that is session 3. Any comments? Anything you want us to include here? Yeah?
I'm very sorry that I'm taking us back to session 2.
Yes.
When you see bullets 1, 2, and 3, they are like
Wait
one
for
way.
the mic so that we are audible enough. We came here to share. We came to link.
Once again, I'm Henry. I apologize for taking us back to session 2. When you look at bullets 1, 2, 3, they are like one way flowing from the facilitators to us. I imagine that from the presentations, there may be areas where we might need to seek clarifications on the presentation. So I feel that there could be a moment for the facilitators also to listen to us in case we have issues to seek clarification on. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anything else? Anything else on that under there? Yes.
Thank you. Mine is about session 3, about the grantee experience sharing. The time allocated there, I don't know. We seem to be many as grantees here. One of the reasons why we're here is to share our experiences. So for me, I feel that time might not be enough. I don't know.
You want to suggest?
That will increase that time, maybe from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m.
From 10:30 to 2. Any comments on that? Emily?
The methodology we intend to use for experience sharing, which was not communicated. So I think maybe depending on the methodology, that would be enough.
Any other comment?
Thank you. To me, still on the same session, about experience sharing, I would be happy if you had indicated the specific recommendations on what experience are they going to share. For example, if you say SORAC, then SORAC is sharing about what? Graph sharing about what? Like we have had sharing workshops where you find someone sharing about how to use ICT, another sharing how to use suggestion box, another sharing. So one would be eager and waiting how we can use ICT like in price promotion.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I think those were like 3 issues raised. We have 2 kind of programs. One that we shared with you, and a detailed one that has a bit of the how the methodology. I think it was my friend there who mentioned it. Yeah, so don't worry so much about the methodology. When we come to each of these sessions, we'll tell you, how we're going to go about the discussions, how we're going to go about, the different The sharing as well. We didn't say that, organization X do ABCD, but we'll tell you how about that. And I think it's something that we've thought through and we'll be able to handle.
You would like to do in voice, a bit more space for everybody, also for you in your project, to do the things in a certain way and see, does it work? Doesn't work? We do it differently. All right. I'm not sure this is going to work, so now this is IT-wise, but let's see. Cannot locate the internet server, that's what I'm afraid of. Do I need to use it? Is she audible enough? Do I need to use the mic?
No.
Thank you. You can use the mic, there's one device. Sorry, somehow the internet got disconnected when I agreed to close my computer. So let's see if it works. I can also play it from here. My mouse is on the table. So, yes. What do we know about voice? Do you know something about voice? Apart from that you have a contract. You know a bit about voice as a total program? Not too much? Let's watch the video. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I think I need to close the other one, but let's see. Yeah, you're not seeing this. Now this is always very annoying. Because we were all late, we could not test this. So that's why I'm having to do it now.
We had the idea.
Yeah.
This is what makes us human.
It's not showing there, huh?
What is the IT?
I heard there was an IT specialist in the room.
We had the IT around.
Passionate about it. So why am I not seeing the same thing as I see on my computer?
Let IT come and secure.
Okay, let's drop the movie. I'll talk you through. You can try to put it on. It is here on. It's here. You can also copy the code and put it on YouTube, but it's not visible. Okay, I'll just already do some talking, and then we'll see the video afterwards. It's actually a video of 3 minutes, I don't remember. That is on our website. But what is voice? Voice is a grant maker. It means we have a pot of money and we have a mission. And that mission is not just any mission, it's a mission to try to reach out to a number of marginalized and discriminated groups within all our societies. Just having it in case you put on sound, then I'll make sure you can hear me better. Yes. There it is. Okay, so Voice is this grant-making facility that is hosted by Oxfam and by HIVOS, another organization also present in Uganda, I know. And together, as two organizations, we implement the program in 10 countries. And beyond that, we also have what we call global grantees. Now, we have the honor also today to have a global grantee with us, represented by Johanna, and I'm sure she'll tell more about that later. What does that mean? It means that most of our grantees work in their own country with issues of their country, very often even quite localized. But we also have multi-country grantees. They work on issues that actually are important in a number of countries, and so that this learning from each other actually can take place across borders. If it's not working, then just let's...
We are playing it on the internet.
What are the 10 countries? There are 6 countries in Africa, 3 in East Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and 3 in West Africa, Nigeria, Niger, and Mali. And then we also work in Southeast Asia, and you all have access to the presentation later where that is written. Southeast Asia, Laos, Cambodia, Indonesia, where we just had the tsunami, and Philippines. So voice is actually covering quite some countries. And Uganda is part of the region East Africa. As Voice, we work through calls for proposals, which you all know, because you reacted on one, otherwise you wouldn't be here. We have now 173 grantees already. And there are still a number of whom we are negotiating contracts. So soon there will be up to 200 grantees in these 10 countries. So actually, although you might be working in a district or a sub-county, you're part of quite a large family. And welcome to that family. Not helped by all the extra efforts. That actually the Millennium Development Goals mainly help those who were just below the poverty line to jump over. So it was a great thing, it was very important. But it actually did not be more a call to all of us to be open for change. Because development is about change. True?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if there's not a sound now, we're just going to the slides.
Become reality. Everyone, everywhere is inhabited by a great many people, each with his or her own dreams and ambitions, each wondering how to achieve them. This is what makes us human. This is what makes our planet a world full of ideas, exploring the universe to make our dreams become reality. Everyone, everywhere, is trying to achieve some of these goals. But for some people, it's much harder to achieve their dreams than others. Take Mukisa, for instance. He lives in a village in Uganda and wants to become a doctor someday. But his disability prevents him from accessing the same education as his able-bodied friends. And Loy, she lives in Manila in the Philippines. Her ambition is to run for local office, but her sexual orientation makes her such a frequent target of harassment and violence that it's almost impossible for her to fulfill her potential. For people like Mukisa and Lloyd, the playing field is not level. For them, access to resources like employment, education, and healthcare is often limited, and people who are excluded and discriminated against by others, who cannot fully and fairly take part in society, end up withdrawing from it. They lose their political voice, and we as a society suffer the loss of their human potential as they slowly fade into the background. The Voice program aims to put an end to discrimination and marginalization with the conviction that no one should be left behind. Working with organizations representing disadvantaged groups, Voice focuses on people living with disabilities, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and intersex people, women facing exploitation, abuse, and violence, young people and the elderly, and indigenous groups and ethnic minorities. These people, like everyone else, should be able to live up to their true potential and reach for their stars. Voice works in 10 countries in West and East Africa and in Southeast Asia. Voice reaches out in two ways to the groups so many others ignore. Firstly, as a responsive grant facility, providing 4 types of grants to civil society organizations. Empowerment grants, to raise awareness and build confidence, especially for emerging groups. Influencing grants, to strengthen lobby and advocacy skills. Innovate and learn grants, to test and scale new approaches. Sudden opportunity grants, to take collective action for when that special opportunity comes by. But even more important is the linking and learning at the very heart of Voice. It nurtures learning and innovation across countries and groups, inviting all stakeholders and grantees to explore, apply, and scale innovative ideas and new knowledge. Voice, a wonderful opportunity to amplify many as yet unheard voices. Will you join us? Find out more at www.voice.global.
So, that was the movie. Of Voice. Okay. Yeah, out. Now what is happening? Where's this music coming from? You probably know. Yes, that was YouTube. My apologies.